I have done major movies and TV shows and been on Netflix shows and Hulu shows where some of the most powerful people in the room have no social media. You can tell a difference between a girl who has like her professional photos and then someone just doing iPhone stuff. It takes you to a different level, especially when it comes to getting paid bookings, like in professional bookings. Like you definitely need like top tier photos. Is that Kevin Samuels? He shot Kevin Samuels. Being known for the sexy modeling, sometimes I have to convince people that I can be more than that. And I feel like that takes a while sometimes to show people. If your only happiness is dependent on that fucking platform, you're gonna be a depressed person. Because that shit doesn't love you back. I've made meals for like 300 people in a day, and like that to me has satisfied my soul more than like 100,000 views. I would take like t-shirts and I would like soak it in my breast milk and then I would send it to them. You're sacrificing having genuine love and relationships for a bunch of horny men that will not love you tomorrow.
Miss Stormy, for the people that don't know, can you say who you are and what you do?
It's so hard to put into words what I do because I myself, I'm such a powerhouse of things. It's so hard to reduce it down to a sentence, you know, because I am a content creator. I am a model. I am an actress. I'm a producer. I'm a writer. I work with my husband's nonprofit, so we do that. Mother, my wife. I'm a student. I do so many things. It's really hard to reduce it down. But I think if I were to, I'd probably call myself like an entertainer / creative because it's very broad. Yeah.
Okay, entertainer / creative. Now,
yeah.
You know, you do make a good point. When a lot of people are asked, hey, what do you do? Most people, especially in the West, they answer by their job title. Mm-hmm. So, hey, what do you do? Or who are you? Oh, I'm a lawyer. They'll say their name or their job title. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm a lawyer, I'm a photographer, XYZ model, or what have you. But you do make a good point that there's many different facets, many different versions of you, you know. Yes. Obviously, your husband gets one version of you. Your fans, being a content creator and model, gets a different version of you. Mm-hmm. Completely different than, you know, who... you said you're a mother, then your kid might get
exactly
a different version of you as well. How do you balance all of that? It sounds like you have a lot going on.
I feel like I balance it by just embracing everything and like enjoying everything that I do. And I don't like, for example, like right now we're doing a thirst trap tour. So that's like modeling. I'm also acting with that.
Yeah, which you just secretly inducted me into.
Yeah, you're in the thirst trap tour. Welcome to the thirst trap tour. But like, I, for example, don't turn off certain things. I'm always a mother. I'm always a wife, for example, right? So that doesn't stop, you know? So like my child will be there with me like while I'm touring as well. And then not like my husband's, you know, can watch them or family, etc. But I just think it's about, like, I don't even know honestly how I balance it. I just do. Cause like I'm currently in school right now for nursing, as well as obviously producing and writing and acting. And I mean, people ask me that question about how I balance it, and I really don't know how to answer it because it just seems so organic to me. Like, it's just natural. I just like to do a lot of things because if I don't do a lot of things, I feel like I go crazy. Like, I like to do a lot. I have a very busy brain.
You like the pressure.
It's not even pressure. It's just I don't know. I feel like I get bored if I'm not just constantly doing something or creating or being a part of something bigger than myself. I feel like I need to be constantly creating or being a part of something. That's just me. Some people don't like that, but I do. So
when you mention that you'll get bored unless you're being a part of something or, you know, being creative, a lot of people find that it's difficult to be able to focus on so many different things at once. You know, they'll maybe start one project and not finish it and jump to another project. But you seem to be balancing things rather well from yourself. As an outsider looking in, do you prefer it that way where you're working on multiple different projects, even if they're different simultaneously? Or do you prefer to, you know, get in your zone and like focus on one project at a time?
I think it depends on how big a project is. Like, for example, I'm filming a movie right now in Miami, and we're going to be filming for 20 days. But while I'm doing that, I'm still going to school online, and I'm still fitting in photo shoots where I can. but that is the priority. So I won't necessarily do one thing at a time, but I'll prioritize things at different times. So the movie's a priority right now. So if I had people offer me shoots or different collabs and I was able to have them wait until after the movie, I would just push it. But that's kind of how more I move it around. I'm more prioritized, but I don't ever like to shut things down completely and just focus on one thing, because then they can just go die off. And I don't want to like ever completely, you know, have something else just die off because I'm busy over here. So I might just change the percentage of myself that I'm putting into it. So like the movie right now, I'd say like 90% because, you know, I'm in a movie, and everything else I'm kind of just giving a little pieces of myself just so like no one feels ignored. I don't want like people to be like, she completely forgot about me. So, yeah.
So it sounds like you prioritize, you know, the main thing that you're doing at the time, but on the same, you know, at the same time, you don't want to kill any opportunities that might be coming your way. Exactly. So you'll find ways to squeeze them in, or, you know, schedule it accordingly, as long as your priorities are being you know, handled as well.
Or just like making sure I stay in communication. Like, for example, we were only supposed to be in Miami for 3 days for the Thirst Trap tour, and then I booked this movie like that just literally happened. And so I was supposed to be in New York right now, so I basically just had to tell everyone, hey, I'm gonna like move you back, like we're gonna have to push back the date. So like they're still gonna be taken care of, it's just we're pushing it around. So it's just about scheduling and organizing.
Having so many things going on at once, it sounds like you might have what a lot of people might consider as like a hectic schedule. How do you work around that? How do you, you know, find the different ways, or what strategies or tactics do you use to be able to set up your schedule accordingly?
I think when you're doing a lot of things like I am, organization is very important. Like you have to be strict with it. And I just like, I have my calendar stretched out all the way until the summertime right now with like my dates. And I constantly check in with people to make sure the dates still work for them. And if I can rearrange things, I will if it needs to be done. But I think that's the most important thing. And there's new stuff jumping into the schedule as well. So like I said, this movie, for example, I do auditions all the time. And they were like, hey, you got the movie, you start filming next week. And I was like, oh, wow, okay. So it did change everything because I had to like jump and tell everyone, hey, change of plans. Now we have a movie in the mix. But I think like I said, the main thing that's important is communicating with people. And I'm also in charge of my own stuff. I self-manage, self-organize, self-assist. So because there's not all these people involved, I'm able to, you know, just get on things hands-on and, you know what I'm saying, and get back to people immediately. But I'm very strict with my schedule, and I'm very professional with things, and I try to like get things done. But also I do not have a social life or a personal life really outside of what I do. So my whole life is literally like doing this stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, and I will say you're quite responsible, because a lot of models and creators that come to Miami, let me tell you why I say that, right? A lot of it didn't hit me until after our phone call last night, because I was saying to myself, like, when you called, okay, after our phone call, what I realized is that, okay, you're from out of town, you flew in, you have your movie to do.
Yeah.
And we're scheduling, you know, our thing as well. And I'm sure you have other things going on as well. But then I was like, wait a minute. Looking at what time it is, it's pretty late. And it's a Friday in Miami.
It's like 10 or something.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's dark. It's 10 p.m. It's going out time, or getting ready to go out, because Miami stays open. Some clubs are 24/7.
Yeah, no.
You know, at least 5, 6 a.m. So I was like, wait a minute. The way you sounded, it sounded like you were just chilling, lounging in bed, or just having fun or whatever, relaxing.
No, I was in bed, and after that phone call with you, I knocked out.
That's what I'm saying. Not in a going out mood at all.
I was
on a Friday in Miami.
Yeah.
And you're on the Strip, like.
Yeah, that does not interest me.
Going out doesn't interest you?
No, not at all. We came here to work. I'm here with my hair and makeup artist, and we're just here to work and make moves. And we're trying to, like, we have a goal. And I think when you have a goal and you're really strict with it, nothing else really matters. Like, everything else is a distraction. We're both trying to climb up in the industry, and I have my mind set on that, and I just don't really want to be distracted by all the other stuff, to be honest.
Okay. So when it comes to goals, what is the main goal then that you've set for yourself? Because once again, you have many different things going on, but you prioritize. So would you consider your top priority as your main goal?
No, my priority, whatever I prioritize changes week to week. It's just, a project here. Where I want to be as a creative is I just want to be in a spot where my name carries a certain weight, where I can get the roles that I want and the projects that I want, and it can be consistent. So, there's some people that don't have to even audition anymore. Their name carries a movie and stuff like that.
Eddie Murphy.
Exactly. Like, I want to be in a position where I can do one movie a year and I'm set, and I want to be able to have the money to make the projects that I want consistently. Like, if I have a cool idea for a movie, I can be like, boom, we can make this. Like, just that type of freedom to create what you want at your whim would be really nice. And also, like I said, to have my name respected in the industry, especially with acting and modeling, or, so that I can just walk into rooms and do like some really dope shit with dope people. And that's kind of what I like. That's what I want.
So you can be creative without restrictions.
Just not as much. Like, it'd be nice, like, if I'm auditioning for a movie and I'm against Tiana Taylor or Zendaya, it'd be nice if my name mattered in that mix so that I can get, like, some dope-ass roles, like, outside of the indie world and smaller roles in big movies. I would like to be able to, like, lead some major shit, you know what I'm saying? That'd be awesome.
Yeah, but as far as I can tell, once again, outsider looking in, it seems like you're slowly but surely working your way up the totem pole. I'm
getting there. I have led a lot of projects in the last couple of years. I led 2 movies last year, actually 3 movies last year. I just led a movie right now. I'm a lead of a movie, and it's only February. So, that is what I'm doing. And it's what I'm consistently doing. And I am producing. I'm going towards what I want. I just want to do exactly what I'm doing at a bigger level. So I love my life as it is. I just want to do it at a bigger scale. Take things to the next level. Exactly. It's like when you're playing sports and you want to get to the big leagues. I just want to get to the big leagues. I want to be next to Will Smith and next to Zoe Saldana, whatever her name is, and have my name matter in that mix. I don't know how to say her goddamn name. But that's basically it. Like, I want to be a heavy hitter. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be, oh, wow, look, this bitch is in this movie. Oh, my God, we're going to go watch it. Da-da-da. I want them checks to be nice and juicy. I want, right? We want the, like, it's just about getting to the next level. Like, I want to get paid what I'm worth. I want to, do some cool shit. And what do you think you have to do, or what steps do you have to take in order to get to that next level? The industry is very much about connections, relationships, and just your resume. And I don't have the nepotism, so I don't have like a daddy or anybody in the industry. So my thing is more about building my name up and having a fan base. And I feel like having a pull so that people want me in those positions. Like, you know what I mean? And also it's about showing people what you can do. I constantly have to break out the box because of the kind of like content that I make and being known for the sexy modeling. Sometimes I have to convince people that I can be more than that. And I feel like that takes a while sometimes to show people. And so that's like my biggest obstacle is like, okay, we'll hire her because she's hot or she's sexy. But I want people to also start hiring me because they think I'm a good actor. Because I would like to have roles that have more depth to them and, challenge me more. Yes, your beauty gets you in the door, but you want your talent to take you through new doors. Exactly, and I want to book more than just, sexy stripper or sexy girlfriend or whatever. I want people to trust me with like meaty roles, like roles with depth, roles where you wouldn't just look at me and like think, oh, that could be her. Just like when Halle Berry played a crackhead, like they didn't believe that she could do it at first. So it's like, I want people to believe like I can transform, and I've never really got to transform for a role yet. So, when it comes to that, something I've been thinking about for myself as well is if we live in a creator economy now, right? So nowadays, someone can post something on social media and it can go viral. It can be seen by many different amounts of people, and it can all be created directly from you yourself. So what I want to pose to you is this. If you have an idea of how you would like your career to be, right, specifically in the acting, and there's let's say a particular role that you'd like
to have that would show your depth, your range as an actress. Especially since you're a producer yourself, do you think it would be a good idea for you to, let's say, produce your own role just to have, even if it was, let's say, like a short film that could show your range where people can see and understand, have a better understanding of your vision?
Absolutely. I'm moving towards that. As a producer right now, my first focus with what I'm creating is what's going to sell. And I know myself as being sexy and is what sells the most. I was hoping that just with more time, when like I'm being recognized as a producer and like my projects are getting pushed, that then I would kind of insert that. It's just that I'm like, so I just produced a slasher film, a feature film called I Just Like to Kill. And I hired myself, and I also hired like other Instagram models.
But you're getting weirded out by black gloves.
Child. But my thing is, my first step is I'm trying to just get through the door as a producer and show people like I can sell a film. So I'm trying to like do what I know sells first, because that's what sells. Sex sells, right? And especially with me. But I do hope in the future that, you know, I can open that up for myself to like put myself in a different type of role if I have to produce it myself.
When it comes to sex selling and being, let's say, pigeonholed or typecasted into a particular role, when I think about it, the most popular woman in America is Kim Kardashian. And if she's not the most popular, she's definitely one of the most popular. And she rose to fame off of a literal sex tape. So and obviously her career has gone leaps and bounds beyond that. So when I think about it, on one hand, I do say yes, that definitely happens where people can see you in a certain light and then not want to let that go. But on the other hand, I'm like, you know, maybe there's certain moves or steps that you can take in order to have your image be viewed in a certain light. You know what I mean? Maybe those things don't necessarily hold you back, or it only holds you back if you don't know like how to get beyond it. But once again, it sounds like you are making those moves and those steps to get beyond it.
I don't think being sexy or sex appeal or my adult content holds me back. And I think it's actually like a superpower because it gives me the means to do everything I want to do. But it's just when it comes to acting and like specifically acting roles, it's like casting directors, they really just hire off of what they've seen. So a lot of times when there's like a movie and they're like, we need a hillbilly or we need a gangster or whatever, they just immediately jump to whoever they've already seen in that. Because a lot of times people just don't know what they haven't seen from you. And I have no issue, you know, being hired for sexy stuff because I'm a sexy woman and I'm staying booked and busy. It's just the fact that I would love this opportunity to show people. But I am aware that I most likely would have, like you said, to do it on my own due to the fact that the world can't really see me for something I've never shown them. So, I mean, I'm fine with that. But I also know, like, you outgrow certain typecasts. Like, one day I'm going to be 67 years old, you know, and I'm going to get completely different roles. So that's one thing I love about acting is that as you get older, what you're seen as will change, you know. One day I'll probably play a grandma or something, you know. Like, so, you know, we'll see what happens.
Okay. All right. That makes sense. You have over 800,000 followers on Instagram. What actions or strategies did you take in order to grow your following?
I used to have 950,000 followers 2 years ago, but 100,000 of them motherfuckers left when I got pregnant. I was so close to them. I was so sad because I was so close to 1 million. I literally got pregnant, and during the year of my pregnancy, I lost people because, I don't know, I guess like I killed the fantasy for being pregnant. But I'm just a consistent person. Some people are lucky and they hit it quickly. The algorithm is so different now. Like, if you were growing your Instagram 5-10 years ago, it was so much easier to grow. But now it's so unforgiving because now they have this whole not recommended thing that they do. If you post sexy stuff, we'll show your stuff to only your followers, but not to non-followers. And the Explore page I used to stay on the Explore page, but now they don't put sexy stuff on there really anymore. And so it's definitely really hard to grow now. And then obviously, like, Twitter's changed a lot. They like blur your profiles and like they'll hide the usernames of adult accounts now. And what do you call it? TikTok obviously is never like this. So it's like a lot of tricks you have to do now if you're going to do this type of content and you want to get views. It's like you have to be really sneaky and you have to build your account up to a certain level where they won't mess with you as much. But especially when you're first starting off, if you don't have like a lot of followers now and you're new and you're trying to do it, like you might get deleted before you have a chance. So you just have to be it's really difficult now because like there's just so many rules and they're just really picky. And I've had like the AI detectors like flag me for pictures of me in like tan clothing thinking I'm like naked or something. And I'm like, what? You know, I've had pictures of my face, just my face flagged. I'm like, what is going on? So I think like the most important thing is to be on multiple platforms. That's the biggest key because you actually don't know which platform's going to love you the most. I'm on everything. I'm on Threads. I'm on Instagram, TikTok, Telegram, Snapchat. What else is there? Like I said, Twitter, and then they call it X now. I feel like what's important is to utilize every single app, and I'm on Facebook, because you don't know which one is really going to be good for you. I get tons of traction on Threads. Threads, I get like 30 million, it says like 30 million views a month on there. Just because like Threads opens you up to like a whole bunch of new people who don't follow you. Instagram is restricted, but then my Threads isn't. So like I'll post a picture on my Instagram and it'll have quadruple the amount of views and interaction on Threads versus Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Like I could have.
You're saying it'll have more on Threads or Instagram?
More on Threads.
Okay.
But like I'm saying, like you don't really. That's why I believe if you're gonna make content, to make it like spread across the board, in have your highest chances of going viral, being seen. Put it on everything. Put it on YouTube Shorts. Put it on everything, because there are times I've posted a video on Instagram and gotten 30,000 views, but I've gotten 300,000 views on TikTok. Or same thing with Threads or Twitter. You don't know really, like different platforms push different things. And the algorithm is constantly changing and you're not really 100% sure what's going to hit. So I just believe in posting all across, posting everything. I have a Facebook page. Just, you can hook it up to where, you know, you post on your Instagram and it goes to your Threads and your Facebook automatically. So you're not even really doing extra work. And so that's what I do.
It almost sounds like you might be shadow banned on Instagram, but on Threads, you're pushed in the algorithm, which is funny because Threads comes from Instagram.
But Threads is a new app. And so when companies have new apps in general, they're usually very lenient on them because they're trying to get people on it and to engage with it. So if they shut people down immediately, then they just wouldn't help grow the platform.
Like TikTok in the early days.
Yes. They're just like all of it. Instagram and everything was a lot more lenient when it first comes out. You know, that's just how it is. And then once they get advertisers and, you know, big brands are associated with them, you don't see any of that on Threads right now. You don't see anybody really doing ads or anything on there. So it's a new thing. So while these things are new, like that's when you should start growing on them because they're a lot more forgiving. You know what I'm saying? Than when they're like seniored in and they start getting really strict, blah, 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 blah. But what I feel like is have multiple pages and just try your luck on everything. And then have links to your other platforms on every platform. So if you go popping on Twitter, make sure you have your Instagram and your TikTok links and stuff there. Because I always, you know, my followers come from different places. They pour into each other. So I'll be like, oh, Facebook, I have this many. Because my Twitter right now is 187,000 followers. My TikTok's 500,000. Instagram is 850,000. You know what I'm saying? I have 500,000 followers on Threads. So it's different people. And then my Facebook has like 150,000 followers on it. So it's just that all these different platforms, there's different people you're hitting, different target audience. There's different ages that like different things. TikTok has a younger demographic. Facebook has an older demographic. You know what I'm saying? So that way you can hit everything.
Okay. So it sounds like your words of advice are, first of all, make sure you get on the platforms early. So that'd be like Threads or TikTok nowadays.
Lemonade or whatever they call it.
as well as number two would be to utilize all the platforms, even if you're not going all in on them, at least repurpose or repost your different content on those other platforms too, because you never know which one might hit. If you had to give one more, strategy or tactic to growing your following, what would that be?
I would say if you're early in your career of doing it, collaborating is really important. Working with other creatives, whether they're big or small, just like working with other people is going to help open the doors to new fan bases and new ideas. And I feel like that's really what's helped me grow starting from the beginning, is I did a lot of photo shoots when I first started. Like when I started this years ago, I just worked with a ton of people, and you know what I mean? You're on their platform, you're on their platform. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't isolate yourself. I feel like just working with people really helps that.
Okay. So doing collaboration so that way you guys fans will see each other's profiles and then you can grow together like that.
Exactly.
There are many different ways to monetize an audience. What do you find to be most effective when it comes to monetizing your audience?
I obviously think that, having platforms like Patreon, OnlyFans, Fanly, paywall platforms are great because you're able to offer your fans something outside of social media. And I think people really like the feeling of having something exclusive, like, oh, not everyone is seeing this. We have our own little club, our own little, it's just like, it just feels like it's special. And so people like that a lot. Also, like, followers love merch and when you have stuff for them to buy. Like, so many girls don't utilize that. Like, there's so many amazing hot chicks with 1 million followers. They never have calendars. They don't have t-shirts. They don't sell anything. And it's like, your followers actually like this. They like to have tokens of you. They like to have collections of you. So I do a lot of things where I have calendars. I have my Storm Chaser magazine I do every month. I was selling girlfriend boxes. I sold my breast milk in the form of milk and in the form of soap. And also I sold breast milk t-shirts, like t-shirts that were soaked in my breast milk.
Wait a minute. Hold on. You're not going to drive by so quickly.
I'm going down the list of things. I'm thinking.
Okay, hold on. Let's put a pause for one moment.
Okay.
You sold your breast milk.
Not in the form to be drank, but I sold it in soap form and t-shirt form.
Soap form?
Yeah, I made breast milk soap. It's actually really good for you. Yeah.
Tell me more about that.
So breast milk, it has a lot of benefits. It can help with eczema, other skin conditions, acne. It's actually really good for you. And then the t-shirts, I would take t-shirts and I would soak it in my breast milk and then I would send it to them. And they would sniff it or whatever. I don't know.
Were you sold out of these products?
Always. I'm always sold out of everything. I stopped selling them after. I always stopped because the girlfriend boxes, recently, I'm done selling these. It's just, I don't want to do it anymore. too busy.
But if it's flying off the shelves, why
I'm just
stop?
too busy. Yeah, I'm too busy. I'm moving around too much. I don't have time right now.
Got you. You're on tour.
I'm just so busy. I'm a very busy person. Very busy.
Well, let's get back to it. Okay, so ways to monetize. So you said first thing is subscription-based services.
Correct.
As well as number two would be having some kind of product for your fans to buy because they might like having a token of you. They might like to, buy your T-shirts or, what have you that you might have to sell. What would be the other ways to monetize your audience that you have noticed that have been effective for you? I
think obviously we all know about sponsorships and brands that you should work with. Your platform is very powerful and it's crazy how much people trust the creators that they follow and their opinions on things. So if you're going to wear wigs, lingerie, whatever, working with brands and promoting them, being basically a walking billboard, your page is like a commercial for different things. Every day you're posting pictures of you wearing clothes anyway and eating certain things anyway. So you might as well get paid for it by working with different companies and promoting for them.
Okay. So different sponsorships for things, especially if it's in alignment with your brand. So
Correct.
That way you can actually be paid to sponsor or promote or be sponsored to promote things that also make sense for your brand that your audience might enjoy as well.
Correct. That's what I do. So I'm really into fitness. So I have different protein powders and supplement companies that work with me. And then for clothing, I have a lot of boutiques and clothing lines that hire me to wear their stuff and tag them, do collaborative posts with them. So, yeah.
Do you seek out those sponsorships, or do you only accept the ones that come into your inbox?
I do both. I'm very proactive. I reach out to people, and I also, people reach out to me. But I'm very much like, I jump in to people's DMs and emails, and I seek out things. I don't just wait around for anything.
That's good to have a proactive approach, because
Correct.
if you just sit around and wait, who knows what might come your way. But if you go out there and make things happen, then you can, even if you fail, you're not going to fail forever. You're going to learn from it and then move on to the next one and make it happen.
Exactly.
So let me ask you a question about that. What advice would you give to the model that's listening to this that wants to start being sponsored by, different brands or what have you? How would you tell her to go about it?
So, I think, once again, we talked about people really don't reach out to you for what they haven't seen. So I think what's important is to start the ball rolling by collaborating with companies that you already like, reaching out to them and saying, hey, I like your stuff. Do you want to work together, do something together? Even if it's unpaid at first, like working just so you can maybe get some free stuff, some free clothes. I know some people are against that, but it depends on how small you are. If you have a very, very small platform, it might be hard to get these really big paid things right off the bat. So getting free stuff or collaborating, especially if it's a brand that has a lot of followers that can promote you as well, that's not a bad start.
Let's assume that it's a model who's just starting out. So she might not have the biggest platform. She's just starting out, but she wants to, dip her toes. She wants to start moving in a way to get sponsors.
I would definitely start reaching out to people. I know you can also get paid by, like on TikTok and stuff like that, they have these creator programs where you can literally go in them, and there's like brands who have the amount they're offering and what you have to do for it. You can always do that. But if money's not the priority, if the priority is really just to start getting seen, I'd reach out, DMs, message people, join ambassador programs, especially if you're very, very new and you have like not the biggest platform right away. That's what I would do. Or you can start off by the things that you already wear and the things that you already buy, tagging those companies and promoting them like off the bat. Like say you already have a closet full of Lululemon, for example. You can just start tagging them in that and seeing if they reshare it, and if they like your look, maybe they can you can work together with them. So that's what I would do personally.
Okay. Now the thing is that if a model were to do that, they might get their attention, the big brand's attention, like Lululemon, depending on
their look or whatever.
Yeah, their look, their quality of content. If it makes sense, if they're doing something that's in alignment with that brand's specific marketing goals for that quarter. Most models who are just starting out might not know how to go about that, in the best way. So do you think it's the best idea for them to go after the big brands, or should they start small first? Or do you think that they should maybe go a different route?
I don't believe in limits. Like I would just do both. If, like I said, if you already own the products and you're already doing photo shoots with it and you just tag them, it doesn't hurt to just tag them or DM them. I don't believe in thinking something's too big for me. I'm gonna go after it regardless. So I have no shame. I'd reach out to the biggest brand in the world and say, hey, you want to work together, and see if they want to work with me. It's not like it's gonna hurt. There's nothing wrong with doing smaller brands also and local brands. You can do that as well, but I don't think anyone should limit themselves. I think you should just go after what you like, because a lot of brands, sometimes they don't even go after followers. Sometimes they go after what matches their aesthetic or their look. So you might not have a lot of followers, but if you have like their ideal aesthetic and look, they'll probably still fuck with you.
Yeah, that's very true, especially since a lot of big brands, whatever following that you might have that might be big for social media might not be, the brand itself might not care as much about that as they do with keeping in a specific alignment with their specific marketing goals. Exactly.
Because a lot of agency models don't have any followers or very low followers.
Yes, that's true.
And they stay booked and busy for major brands. They just have a certain aesthetic. So if you have an aesthetic that brand, if you go to their page and you see yourself, then they might mess with you. You know what I mean? So I would just go based on that.
Yeah, that's actually very true. I work with a lot of runway models and also shoot runway myself. And working with them, I noticed that a lot of them do not have nearly the amount of, let's say, followers. Wise is like Instagram models or what we might know.
models and
Exactly.
stuff. Yeah, no, it's a different market. It's a different world. Like, I told DeMarcus that we're now doing this movie, and I said, you notice the makeup artist in this movie only has 800 followers, and she's doing major commercials. She's did a McDonald's commercial. She's doing major ads, major movies. Same with the hair people. Like, none of them have a lot of followers. The director of this movie got 1,000 followers, and you know it doesn't really translate the same way in the actual industry like people think it does. I have done major movies and TV shows and been on Netflix shows and Hulu shows where some of the most powerful people in the room have no social media or very little. The people who are actually hiring and producing and like the big people, a lot of them don't even have followers. Now, if you're going to be like the talent, like me, you know, I am, then it can be important because, you know, we're the face of things. We're the, you know, the entertainers of it.
That brings in the audience.
Exactly. But it just depends on where you want to be at in the industry. Some people, they're in movies all the time and they still don't have social media. So, I mean, Eddie Murphy don't have social media. Look at him. I mean, obviously he was before an era, but still.
Yeah, that's true. And he also, you mentioned about not auditioning. I think I saw a interview with him once where he said that he's only ever auditioned once. He auditioned for his first role, and then since then, he has never had to audition ever, which is extremely rare for any type of actor.
Denzel Washington doesn't have to audition anymore either, but it's also Denzel Washington. So. But I feel like it just depends, you know, on what your goals are. Not everybody's strength is social media. It's a special type of skill set, social media. Because people all the time ask me about it and about growing it and about being a part of it. And what they don't understand is how much of my life it consumes. Like, social media is a huge part of my life. I'm doing content day after day after day. Day off, I'm making content. When I'm laying in bed after working, I'm posting content. It's a never-ending cycle being a content creator. DeMarcus knows from... The thing your thing's beeping.
It sounds like you're beeping.
Nope. That's the camera.
Whoa.
Be careful.
Most people on social media want to grow their following. They want to have 1 million followers and, you know, all the benefits that comes with that. But oftentimes I notice that they don't think about the negatives of having a huge following.
Yeah.
Can you speak to some of the, let's say, disadvantages of having a large following?
The thing about having a large following is that it also comes with like large responsibility. I can't stand when I see people with huge platforms that are irresponsible with the information they put out. For example, you have to be a lot more careful. Like, you're going to be held way more liable for things. Like, let's say you're putting on your story or your page like something about what's going on in the world and you don't fact check it. Like, it's a lot different when you have 1 million followers versus when you have 10, you know? So that's a big responsibility, for one. Number two is the expectations people will put on you. When you are a creative and you do have a platform and there's things going on in the world, people expect you to speak up. They expect you to do something. And for some people, that can be a lot if that's not something that they want to do. Not everybody wants to be revolutionary. Not everybody wants to be
political.
Be political, or even just be aware of what's going on or be involved. And then the other thing is a safety issue. When you have a lot of followers, it comes with like a lot of people who could stalk you, or, you know, you have your higher chance of having your accounts hacked, or people showing up at your house, or people catfishing you. Like, you have no idea on a daily basis how many men think they're in a relationship with me or think that they sent me money, and it's like I have so many catfishes. You type my name in on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, any of that, it's hundreds of pages. I have fake things all over Twitter, etc., and then people think it's me. And I'm like desensitized to it because it's just been forever, but some people wouldn't be able to handle that. Also, like, it is very time consuming. When you're on vacation with your family, on your off days, when you're having holidays, people still expect content from you. They expect Christmas content. They expect Thanksgiving content. They expect Valentine's Day content. Even on your birthday, they're expecting to see you because people end up creating this relationship with you. And they want to be involved in everything that you do. So when you take time off, it's like literally like people go crazy. And also people feel very entitled to you. Like every time I've changed my hair, it's, oh my God, I don't like that. Change it back. I don't like this. When I got married, everyone had an opinion. When I got pregnant, I lost tons of followers. People were like, no, I don't want you to be pregnant. I want you to make content. It's the fact that people will prioritize wanting to see my body the way they want to see it over my own personal wants to be a mother. Or I'm supposed to be a sexy model, so me getting married and actually being in love with someone and happy is like upsetting to them. So it's like the fact that strangers would prefer me to be alone with no children just so I can meet their demands of content all day. Like that to me is crazy, but that's literally how some people think. They feel like entitled to us beyond like what you would be entitled to a normal person. But I'm just like, I'm used to it, to be honest.
It sounds like the large audience that you have built can sometimes confuse their parasocial relationship with you, meaning that they might not understand that you also have your own life as well, that your entire life does not revolve around them. Yes, a part of your life does, and you do cater to that, which is how you were able to, one of the ways you were able to help build your relationships with your fans and grow your following. However, your entire world does not revolve around them.
Correct. And that's just how it is. Like I said, when I got pregnant, I literally had men that were telling me to get an abortion. I had men on there that were saying, I hope you fall down the stairs and lose it. That's how extreme some people
Random men or your fans?
My fans, if you want to call them that. Men who follow me who were pissed that I was pregnant. Like I said, like I lost so many followers. The first day I revealed I was pregnant, I had lost, was it like 4,000 that one day? It was so many. It was really like, it was thousands. And it was people who were upset because they had got used to my body being a certain way. They liked the way my body looks. And like, let's say I'm like their image of perfection. Like I'm their ideal woman. I'm what they like to like touch themselves to or whatever. And now in their head, they feel like it was betrayal. Cause it's like, I depend on you for this part of my life. And now you're going to go and change yourself. And they get mad. Same with my hair. Because I used to wear my natural fro for years, and then I just didn't want to wear it anymore. And so many people were like, this is the look I want on you. This is what I like on you. And I'm like, okay, well, I don't want to wear it anymore. I want to wear something else. And so people felt like mad. Like, what the hell? Like, this is the look I followed you for.
Yeah, like you owe them something.
A lot of followers feel like you do, because especially if they're subscribers and they pay money for subscriptions, they feel like the least you can do is do what they want you to do if they're going to give you money type shit. I don't know. It's funny.
Yeah. I will say then, if you lose a lot of followers for these different circumstances, then it sounds like they were less of fans of you as a person and more fans of a version of you, the, fantasized version of you that they have in their head.
I am not ignorant to it. I'm pretty aware that especially this type of fan base is very fickle. I learned that very head on when I got pregnant, for example. I noticed how much people can just switch on you and like how quick people can switch on you, even with the marriage thing. And it let me know that that's why I don't believe people should push their boundaries, their comforts, or their beliefs or anything just for this social media shit, because it can literally come and go. What really matters at the end of the day is family, the things that you build outside of it, and what you can use it for. Social media is a tool. It shouldn't be the end goal. The end goal shouldn't be, I want 1 million followers. It should be, I want 1 million followers because it's going to help me get more bookings in what I want to be. Let's say you want to be a hairstylist. You're like, okay, I want a lot of followers just to have a lot of followers? Or is it so you can have your business thrive, so you can get more bookings? So really the goal isn't the followers, the goal is the bookings and the success of it. So for me, my social media helps me, get more acting roles, have the money to produce my own stuff, things like that. But really the goal is to have the money and the means. And so if I didn't need, if I could just have angel investors and make all the movies I want and just be in major movies every other day and stay booked and busy modeling for brands, and I didn't depend on social media, then I wouldn't really care if I had 1 million followers. It would just be about the consistency of me working and getting things done. So I think it just depends. There are some people who their only goal is just to have followers, and I think it's just because they want to look cool or something. So I think it just depends on too what's your motive behind it. Because even if I have 1 million followers tomorrow, I feel like not much is gonna change in what I'm doing. Like I'm already getting booked and busy because I'm that bitch, and I got enough followers for that already. You really don't need 1 million to be booked and busy. I feel like once you get past like 100,000, people start taking you seriously in that type of shit. To be honest. 1 million is cool, but I mean, I feel like that's just like it's like woo, 1 million, you know what I mean? But really, I have 800-some thousand followers. That's enough for people who are like, oh shit, who is she? Type shit, you know. But whatever, don't let it get to your head.
There's a statistic. I forgot the exact numbers, but it's something like the vast majority, maybe like 90-something%, at least 70-something%, if I remember correctly, of Instagram users have less than 10K followers. So the vast majority of people don't even have 10K followers, which usually is what a lot of people put as their first benchmark to say, oh, okay, this person is actually doing something. And then, of course, you know, the 100K mark is like, okay, not only are they doing something, but they're serious with it and they're like making it a professional. They're actually making moves to where they're trying to get to. Having 1 million followers means that you've hit the 100K mark, so you're definitely doing what you need to do, and you have a huge fan base or following behind it as well.
It's a power thing, because once you have a platform that big, it's like imagine that anytime you want, you can reach out to basically 1 million people with the algorithm.
Which is bigger than a lot of cities.
That's bigger than a lot of brands can reach, and that's bigger than like a lot of commercials can reach in a day. Like, you know, it's a lot of power that comes with it. And so that's why I said, like, I feel like now social media is trying to water us down, especially the kind of stuff that I do. The algorithm is only pushing our stuff to 10-20% of our followers. It's really restricting us. That's why I said, don't let it get to your head, the numbers, because you can have a bazillion followers, but the algorithm is fucking with you. It's fucking with you. We still don't have the power on our hands because we don't own the platforms and we don't control like what people can see. But that's why I think it's important, like I said, to be on as many platforms as you can so you can reach people in different ways. Yeah,
absolutely. So I want to ask you about something that you were mentioning before, because I was asking you about the disadvantages of like having a huge following, and you definitely listed them out there. I wanted to ask you, when you were losing followers because of your marriage, your husband, or your pregnancy, and you were getting these hateful comments or what have you from different fans or different people, how did that make you feel?
It was definitely a really hard time for me because pregnancy, for one, is very hard on women, like mentally and physically. And I think like one of the hardest things about pregnancy is seeing your body change and trying to adapt to that change. Like imagine you get really comfortable in your looks, and then now, like I said, you literally see yourself changing with it. And for someone like me whose whole career, money, everything they've ever done has been based on their body, their looks, it's very life-changing. So it was very difficult for me. I had a really difficult time with it just because watching the people I thought loved me and cared about me on social media, like seeing how fast they turned on me for me wanting to do something that meant a lot to me, it was very hurtful. It was a big eye-opener for me, though, about what really was important in the world, though. Like I said, like seeing that social media stuff is really just an illusion versus what I was actually doing. I was creating a life. I was creating a child. That there's nothing that's going to replace that. Nothing that's more real than that. And so I realized that was more important than anything. If I lost every follower tomorrow, I still have my child, I still have my husband. I can continue and be happy. Like that's what makes me happy in the day. Family. But if I lost my family, if I lost my child, if I lost my husband, like I would never recover. Like that it's not comparable. So I really learned about what was important, and I never try to put that before that. I always put my family and stuff first, and what's in, try to put my child and my husband and stuff first. So it was an eye opener for me. I think it humbled me a lot, and I think it was an important lesson that makes it even better at what I do. Because now the numbers and stuff, to me, they don't matter as much. Like I used to post a video, and if I didn't hit a certain amount of views on it, I'd be like, oh my god, I didn't get like 100,000 views, da 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 da, and I'd be all flipped out. Now I post videos, algorithm fucks with me, and some days I get 500,000, some days I get 300,000, and some days I'll get 20, 30,000. And I really the fuck don't care no more. Because I'm like, whatever. Like, I'm still popping. Like, I don't really care. Like, the numbers don't shift my emotions and stuff like they used to. I really do not care. I'm like, whatever. There's more important things.
It seems like you're more stoic in your emotions now when it comes to, let's say, the numbers game of social media. You can do what you can do, which is to make the content and post it. And the algorithm, whatever that does, is what it does. If it gets a huge amount of follows and likes, great. If it doesn't, great. Either way, you do what you need to do.
My life has way more value now. I help my husband with his nonprofit where we feed a lot of people that need help. It's called CC Cattle Company, and we have a nonprofit beef farm where we raise cattle, and like all that beef goes to food pantries. We also have an equine therapy program where people come out with mental health issues. So with my husband, I'm feeding hundreds of people at a time. I've made meals for like 300 people in a day, and like that to me has satisfied my soul more than like 100,000 views. Or even being with my child for the day and being with my family. Like, it just is so much, I just have so much more satisfaction and abundance outside of the virtual world now than I used to when I was younger, that I just don't depend my happiness on that anymore. It's just an extension of me. It's something else that I do. But I feel like a lot of creatives now, like, they're pushing back the family thing, having kids. They're pushing back other stuff outside of social media, and I feel like that's why they have this emptiness in them and this depression. When if your only happiness is dependent on that fucking platform, you're gonna be a depressed person, because that shit doesn't love you back. Because even when you get 1 million fucking followers, them followers are still in the comments talking shit to you, bringing you down. Because you can look at my comment section, like, yeah, I'll get 100,000 views on something, but go to the comments. Half of it is people criticizing me, bringing me down. That's what you're fighting for, you know? Versus when I go home, I have a little boy that loves me more than anything. I have a husband that loves me more than anything. And so I just have so much more abundance in other areas. So it just doesn't matter to me as much anymore, besides making money off of it. But that's about it.
You know, that's something I've definitely noticed myself as well, working with models in Miami, which is a very big hub for the modeling industry, is that a lot of women specifically nowadays, they do push back having the kids or having the family to basically further their career. And there's no wrong or right answers. You know, I'm not saying whether one is wrong or right or what have you, but I will say this is that, can you speak to that as someone who has been in the industry and been on both sides of the equation? What do you think is going on there where so many women are more so chasing the careers, more so than like the, let's say, family or other types of values?
I feel like women have been tricked into thinking that they can't have both. And I think that a lot of people are going to have regrets later in life. I hear a lot of women saying that you're going to put their career first and traveling and all this stuff, as if you can't do those things and be a mother. And I don't know when we started limiting the capabilities of mothers, because mothers have been doing this for forever, like doing the craziest things around the world and then also having children. Look at Beyonce. Don't she got like 4 kids? It's funny because the most powerful women in the industry have the most kids. Rihanna got like, 3 now? Is she pregnant again? Like, the most powerful women in the industry have children. J-Lo has children. Mariah Carey has children. Like, so I think it's so humorous when I hear women say, I want to be an actor, I want to be a model, I want to be this, I'm just not going to have kids, I'm going to just... And I'm thinking, I'm like, baby, you need to learn how to balance your life. Chaka Khan had a baby as a teenager. Like, I'm not saying it's not difficult to balance motherhood and our own personal dreams, but it is very doable. And I think that a lot of people are going to regret not having families and not prioritizing marriage and kids, because that is literally, end of the day, what you come home to. That's what loves you, end of the day. When there's Christmas, when there's holidays, all you have is your family. Like, when you're an old lady, that's all you're going to have is your grandkids. And, like, this industry does not love you like that. You're sacrificing having genuine love and relationships for a bunch of horny men that will not love you tomorrow when the next thing is there. You know, for a platform that can be deleted overnight. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me to... If being a mom and being a wife is important to you. Now, some people just don't want it because they just don't want it. But you said if they want it, if they don't want kids and family because of their career, like if they think that they have to choose. I feel like choosing a career over having kids and a family is ridiculous. I think, you know, try to have as many accomplishments and hit as many goals as you can maybe before you do it, so that you can prioritize family a little bit more once it's there. But I feel like to just completely take it off the table because you're in fear that you can't do both is incorrect, and it's ridiculous. Women every day are CEOs of major businesses and like doing crazy things every day, and they have kids. Like, you don't have to pick one or the other. Like, I'm very involved as a mom. 90% of the time a stay-at-home mom, because I make most of my content at home, around being at home. My DeMarcus already knows, like, Nugget, as what I call my baby, like, has gone everywhere with me on this tour. I just didn't bring him to Miami with me because I'm gonna be here for 20 days filming a movie, and that's too long for him. But everywhere else, I've brought my baby with me, and I'm very hands-on with him and stuff. I don't have a nanny or anything. I watch my baby. I'm with my baby every day. So it's very doable. It's just about balance.
Okay. With that being said, how important are photographers to a model's career?
Photographers are very important, especially when you're first starting off, because those are going to be the people that you're going to connect with first, that are going to tell you how it is. And I feel like when I first started my career, I was shooting with a lot of different people, and the photographers I worked with were the ones that helped open doors for me. I mean, for one, you need them for content. When I started modeling, it was before people did all the iPhone shit. Like, you used to have to actually like do photo shoots, and like being published was a big deal and stuff like that. I know it's shifted now, or people are doing their own thing, but I feel like having good content and good pictures makes such a big difference. It really does. Yes, hair and makeup too. Hair and makeup got to be on point. Like, I think that you can tell a difference between a girl who has like her professional photos and then someone just doing iPhone stuff. It takes you to a different level, especially when it comes to getting paid bookings, like in professional bookings. Like, you definitely need like top tier photos. That's my opinion.
What qualities do you look for in photographers that you like to work with?
For one, I like someone who pays attention to details. For me, a photographer that pays attention to details is very important, because when I shoot with somebody and I look at the photos and my bra strap was all twisted and I had hair all misplaced and you didn't tell me I had lipstick on my teeth or whatever, I'm going to punch you in the throat, because that irritates me, because that means you're not paying attention to the details of the photos. You're just thinking, oh, her ass look fat, her titties look big, da-da-da, like, that's cool. But you have to also appreciate the artistry of it all. I don't want to look a hot mess. Like, there's some male photographers where your mouth and you looking all crazy, but they're like, oh, her titties look juicy. So I like a detail. Pay attention to her. Is that a word? A detailer, a detailed motherfucker.
Detail orientated.
Period. Also somebody that has good energy. We shot with some people who seem very depressed, and that can just kind of kill the mood. We've done some shoots where, I don't know, some people just seem like, are you going through something? Do you need therapy?
Depressed photographer?
Yeah, depressed people can be kind of hard to work with sometimes. Like, maybe they're just going through something, but, you know, we like to have a good time when we shoot it, you know what I'm saying? So,
yes, so
good energy.
A photographer who pays attention to details, is detail oriented. Mm-hmm. And what else? What else do you look for in
good energy? Good energy, pay attention to details, and professional. Like, I know I look delicious and tasty, but you gotta contain yourself when we're working. So if I see you over there stroking something or licking your lips, then that's a no-no. Exactly.
Stroking something is crazy.
I've been there, done that, seen that. I've been around for a minute, so I've seen it all, child.
Someone who is detail oriented, so they pay attention to the details.
Correct.
They are professional, and good vibes.
Good energy, yeah.
Mm-hmm, good energy. I would like you to rate my photography. What does Miss Stormi rate my photography?
Good. Wish I could zoom in. Oh, you can, like, here. Okay, that's good. Is that Kevin Samuels? He shot Kevin Samuels. I know you don't know who Kevin Samuels is, but I was telling him about Kevin Samuels. You shot Kevin Samuels. That's crazy. I mean, lighting. I'm looking at the portraits. The lighting's really nice in the portraits.
Okay. You can scroll through to the other categories as well, just so you can get a
Yeah, that portrait's like really good. Okay, fashion and lifestyle.
See
Let's
some variety.
That looks good. I like the way you shoot darker skin. You add like a lot of life to it. Some people shoot dark skin, people really ashy, but you did a good job on like the darker skin. You can put some light to it.
Yeah, I've been hearing that lately about the shooting.
Looks good. You're good at shooting different skin tones because like you got some light skin people, some dark skin people, but like some people can't do different skin tones or whatever. Maybe lack of experience or interest. Looks good. This looks good. The lighting is really nice. Yeah, it looks good. Let's see the branding photo shoots. They look good. Yeah, I like the way the skin looks because you obviously know how to moisturize. Oh, I love this. I've always wanted to do a shoot like that, like the tree. I gotta find a tree like that.
Oh, we did that in Fort Lauderdale here, Fort Lauderdale Beach.
That's fire. Looks good. The lighting's really nice in these. I like this with the moon. That's nice. Is that? Did you Photoshop that moon in there?
You tell me.
I don't know, child. I can't tell. I'm just.
Oh,
I love this cage. This cage shoot. It's fire. I would do that shit. That's fire.
What does Miss Stormi rate my photography?
I mean, I'd 10, I guess. I don't know nothing negative to say.
Oh, 10 out of 10. No, that's perfection, and you can say that nobody's perfect.
Nigga, I ain't got time for this. I said it's a 10. don't start scrutinizing my rating before I find something. I'll start making up shit. This bitch got a booger. Like, I don't know what the fuck. Like,
Hey, I can't help that. I can only say, hey, it's there. You gotta.
I don't have no complaints about it. It looks good to me. No matter what you're shooting, it's always glamour. Whether you're shooting branding, or whatever the subject is, it's always glamour style, where it's very like, the lighting and everything is all like very glamorized. Like it's all like very flattering, and also it's very smooth. The editing, everything. So it's like I would consider it glamour. Yeah.
Okay.
Even your fashion stuff is very glamour. Everything's glamour.
So overall, you like it then?
I like it for me. I do glamour stuff. I do, tits and ass, glamour, sexy shit. So I like it. If I was trying to shoot some grungy shit in a basement, I wouldn't call you. But if I wanted like to look sexy and hot, I would.
I think I could shoot some grungy stuff in a basement.
You probably would make it glamorous though.
No, I'd make it grungy.
I don't know if
The thing is, I get booked. I shoot what I get booked for. So since that's what I mostly get booked for,
I feel like you'd make it look pretty though. Shoot. I'd have to see if you could make something look ugly, like revolting. Like, I don't know. So we'll see.
Well, there's one way to find out.
I mean, I don't know. You and Mr. Hat gonna have to figure that out because I got nothing revolting for you to shoot.
What is your dating status?
Oh, I'm married.
Yeah, I mean, that should be pretty obvious by now, right? I think you said it multiple times throughout the interview. My
got
husband.
His name right there.
Oh, got the name tatted.
Yep, and the ring.
Does he have your name tatted?
No, he has no tattoos, but he's gonna do it. Okay. Like we've both been talking about doing the name thing together. I just went off and did it while me and DeMarcus were in LA. I was like, let's just get tattoos, and I never had tattoos before, so I was like, oh, it was my first tattoo. So I was like, let's just go get something. So I surprised my husband with it.
Oh, nice.
But I don't really care if he does or doesn't, to be honest. I really don't.
What did he say about it when he saw it?
He loves it. He's like, oh, he's really like romantic and sappy. So he's all like, oh, he loves it.
Oh, okay. Nice. So you said that he's going to get it as well. When do you think he'll get it?
I don't know. We talked about it. He said he want to do it. So I don't know. Whenever.
Okay.
I don't really care.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Regardless.
Yes. Regardless, at the end of the day, you know what you got, so you wanted to go ahead and make that happen.
I mean, I just wanted to do it because I wanted to do it. But we both talked about doing it anyway, so I don't know. When the time's right, I guess.
How long have you guys been together?
Almost 2 years.
Okay, nice. So
like 2 years.
Now, and how long have you been married?
We got married. We're newlyweds, technically. We got married in September 27th, 2025.
Okay, so everything is still fresh. How has that experience been?
Which part? Marriage?
Yes, because I asked that because, one, obviously you're a sexy model. I didn't even know that you were married when we were talking. So it comes as a surprise to me in the form that majority of models that I work with are not married. Some are, but the vast majority of them are not married and don't seem to be making moves to actively try to be married.
Oh, do they want to be married?
Well, I can't say what people want or don't want.
Oh, okay.
I can't say what people want or don't want, but what I can say is that, as far as I can tell, as an outsider looking in, the vast majority of models, they're not actively
marriage position.
You know, they're more so. Their focus seems to be, you know, making money, hot girl summer, you know, traveling, enjoying life, that type of thing.
Okay. Period. My husband loves what I do. He's my biggest supporter. And I wouldn't even date someone who doesn't like feel comfortable with what I do. That's like one of my requirements. Like when I'm with someone, obviously I've been doing this a long time and this is a part of my life, doing the sexy stuff. And so I'm not going to put anyone in a position where they're uncomfortable with what I do and also making me uncomfortable, because I don't want to stop doing what I'm doing. And I also like what I'm doing. I don't see an issue with it. So instead of like being with someone and trying to convert their views, I'd much rather be with someone who from day one just thinks, okay, that's cool, that's awesome, whatever, and has no issue with it. My husband's a lot older than me. He's like almost like 17 years older than me, which I like older men in general because they tend to not care as much about these things as like a younger guy would. Comes with just maturity and age and stuff like that. My husband's very supportive. Like since day one, like he's always thought what I do is very sexy, very hot. He takes pictures and videos for me. So
you got an in-house photographer.
Yeah, he does my content for my pages, everything, and he's very supportive of it. If I have to do a movie where I have to kiss somebody in it, he's very supportive. Like he's like, you're acting, you're working. So like I think it's just about what kind of person you're with. I can't be with a jealous person. I travel a lot. I do a lot of different creative things that involve me being hot and sexy and naked. My husband's very supportive of it. Very, you know, we have a good understanding and we have trust in our relationship, and that's it. So it works out really well for me.
When did you know that he was the one? Like, when did you have the thought where in your mind, even if he didn't know, in your mind, you were like, nah, this is the one? And how did that happen?
We were texting, and like the fourth day we were texting, we were talking about weddings. So we were talking about the fourth day we were texting, I was showing him what ring I wanted, what outfits I wanted us to wear. Just like the fourth day we were talking, and I was like, this is what I want you to wear to the wedding, da 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 da. And he's like, okay, baby, whatever you want. So I don't know, immediately I saw his picture on a dating site, and I was like, I want him. Boom. Like shopping. Like I was on a dating site and I saw him and I was like, I want that one. I want him.
And people think that Tinder is dead.
I found him on Swirler.
I haven't heard of that one. I know what swirling is. It's
called Swirler. It's an interracial dating site.
You're interracial though yourself.
Okay.
I'm saying, are you?
Yes.
You're what? Half black, half white.
Yes, I'm black and Jewish.
Okay, black and Jewish. So you're not. That's technically not swirling for you.
Yeah, it is.
Only in America.
I mean, it is.
In America, if you're mixed, you're black. In America, they call you a light-skinned black person.
But even if you're in South Africa and you have a colored person and a white person, it's an interracial relationship.
In my opinion, South Africa is one of the most racist countries on planet Earth.
I agree. But I'm saying even there...
So their way of viewing race, of their actual views of it, to me are just super skewed.
Yeah.
But so is America's. Let me tell you why. Once again, in America, we can have light-skinned black people. In America, we do not ever hear about dark-skinned white people. That's not even a thing.
That's not a thing.
Exactly. Think about that for a second, though. If you have a black person and a white person and they have a baby, they're black.
Correct.
That's the end of that. But genetically speaking, like by your blood, that's just not the case.
It's because whiteness, by definition, is like a purity thing, right? So, like, whether it's black or Asian or whatever you're mixed with, white is just white. And that's just historically and across the world. If you're white, that's all you are. If you're mixed with anything else, you're no longer white. You can call it mixed, you can call it biracial, you can call it this, Asian, whatever people call it. But white, by definition, about how whiteness has defined itself over years, is like just white. And that's just how white people preserve themselves. And so once you're white, you're white. So that's just like because whiteness is a privilege and it's a status. And so people are not going to let you in the club unless you are white. You know what I mean? So
if it ain't white, it ain't right.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. So, okay. With that being said, so you have a white husband then, yes?
Correct. My husband's
Jewish?
White. No.
Oh, okay. Now, let me ask you here. So you said by the fourth day. Texting.
We didn't meet yet.
You didn't even meet.
No.
Okay. Now, I'm sure that you have texted other guys before in the past that you may have dated or what have you, and maybe similar conversations come up, but you haven't had that thought where it's like, okay, yes, this is the one, or not that serious of a thought. What I'm asking is more specific of like, you guys are on a date, or he does a certain particular thing or says a certain particular thing, and in your mind you say, no ifs, ands, or buts about it, this is the one. You know what I mean? Like there's no second guessing it. Was it that fourth day?
Before we were talking through text and phone call for 2 weeks before we met in person, and it was just literally before I even met him in person. Like, just the way we connected and talked, it was like we just knew. I knew he knew. It just was like by the time I met him, when I met him in person for the first time, he had asked me to be his girlfriend officially, and I just said yes, of course. But literally, it was just like, I don't know, like we were talking on the phone for like 5, 6, 7 hours just all day, and it's like literally like I just felt like so comfortable with him immediately, and so I just like knew, like just based on conversation. And I feel like it's really important for me as a person who people like go after so much for physical, like connecting with someone mentally is so important to me. I'm not even sexually attracted to someone unless I'm connecting to them mentally. And the fact that we connected so much just talking on the phone, just texting, you know, that to me is what like meant more than anything. So
yes. The reason why I asked that, by the way, is because I think a lot of people get into relationships and they get into them, you know, and waste time. And what I mean by that is, what's the point of having a girlfriend or boyfriend, especially if you're, you know, past a certain age? The purpose is to, at least I think, is to progress for marriage, for a family, for what you have. But I think that a lot of people, they get into these relationships knowing full well that their partner is not necessarily, you know, someone that they could actually see themselves with, or even actually see themselves growing to be with in the future. So they're just having fun for the moment. And once again, nothing wrong with having fun for the moment. But if you know that your goal in the end is for marriage, family, that type of thing, then the longer you stay dating people that you know for sure you're not gonna, you know, want to marry or have a family with, is the longer you will be without your actual true future partner, whoever that may be.
I don't think enough women realize that they're placeholders. I know women personally who've been girlfriends for 5, 6, 7, 8 years, and I don't think they realize that they're literally placeholders until that man finds his wife. Because if a man is serious about you, he's going to marry you within, in my opinion, within like 2 years. Or at least engage, you know, within those 2 years. It doesn't take a man that long to know that he wants you to be his wife. And if he's serious about you, he's going to want to like make it official, especially if he values you and he knows that like you're a woman that if he lost, you're going to have other options. So I just feel like if you're with a guy and you're his girlfriend for 10, 15 years, I think that just sounds insane to me. And I also don't want to be like a 40 or a 50-year-old or a 60-year-old woman talking about my boyfriend. I'd be embarrassed to be saying that, to be honest. Like, that sounds ridiculous to me. And so for me, like, marriage is not negotiable. This is my second marriage, but I got married very young. The first time I got married, met my first husband. I was 19. He was 31. And obviously, my husband now is 17 years older than me. So, like, I typically like older men because I feel like they're in a position to get married, you know, when younger men aren't. So a lot of girls, I tell my friends, like, stop going after these 22-year-old guys and, you know, even 30-year-old guys. They're not going to want to get married. Like, go 40 and up if you want a guy who has, like, his shit together and is ready for marriage. Like, these young dudes are trying to have fun, do their thing, you know, and then when they get older, they're going to settle down. So, like, I don't know why you're wasting your time with these young dudes. They don't have any money yet. They don't have any land. They don't have a house. They don't have a 401k. They don't have the means to get married. They don't have the means to support you or a family. Like, they can't retire you. Like, a man doesn't even have to be rich. Just, like, once they're a certain age, they should have things lined up. You know, your health insurance, life insurance, you know. And so, like, I think people are wasting their time with these young-ass dudes, too, to be honest, if they want marriage. If you don't want marriage, then whatever.
With your first marriage?
Yeah.
Now, you were young. You said like 19.
I was 19 when I met him. We were together for 5 years, but I outgrew him. And also, like, I was too young to be a wife at the time. I wasn't really mentally ready or prepared for it. But it was just more we grew apart. And I think what I wanted at 19, I didn't want by the time I was like 22, 23. You know, it's a little bit different when you're super, super young. Just because, like, mentally, that's a big decision to make at that age. You know what I mean? So yeah.
You knew early on that wasn't going to be your forever person.
I don't know. Things weren't even like going that well when we got married in general. Like, I got married because my grandma, who raised me a lot, well, she did a lot of the raising for me. She just really believed in, like, you don't play house with a man. Like, if you're gonna be living with a man, fucking him, cooking for him, doing all that, you need to be a wife. Like, you know what I'm saying? And so that's more really what pushed me for marriage, was that, to be honest, which is not really a really good reason. But, like, he was a good husband. I mean, he provided, he took care of me. It just was like we didn't have any intimacy, and it just wasn't like an intimate romantic, it was no passion or anything in the relationship. It just felt like I had a roommate. It was very, so that was it. Like, you know what I mean? It just wasn't it, you know? So, but I'm happy in the marriage. I'm, you know, obviously my husband now, we're very passionate. He's like, I'm very in love with him. So it's very different.
Yeah. So you're able to learn from your past to
Correct.
be able to.
I mean, if I'm going to be with one person forever, I'd much rather be with somebody that, you know, I can have a passionate, loving relationship with than just be like, well, I'm already here. So yeah.
Did he have any, well, it sounds like the answer is no, but did he have any, let's say, reservations about you, let's say, doing the OF, the OnlyFans, or any type of sex
Which
work?
husband?
The husband that you have now.
No. Okay. I've never dated a guy who has a problem with it. I don't date guys. I literally do not date. If you, like, day one, I literally put it on the table, like, if you have an issue with this is never going to work. Because when I was single, like, when I was talking to my now husband, I was talking to a bunch of different people, just like talking, and guys that were already showing signs of jealousy if we start dating, are you going to stop doing this? I had a guy ask me, and I'm like, clearly we're just not going to work. Because no, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not going to come to what I'm already doing and be like, stop doing it. Then go date a girl who don't do it. So I'm not even going to waste my time. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so that makes sense. You let them know what it is. You let them know ahead of time, so that way you don't waste time.
Day one.
Yeah.
And I asked like a million freaking times. Like, literally, when I first started dating my husband, I was constantly bringing it up. Are you okay with that? I even said, you want to go to my OnlyFans and check out what I already have up there? And do you want to see if you're comfortable with it? Like, I literally go over and over and over again about it, because I don't want no fucking drama and no issues later on. One thing I do not want is nobody giving me a migraine and stressing me the fuck out about what I do. I just don't. Either you support me and you love it, or you just don't want to be with me, which is cool. There's nothing wrong with wanting to be with a woman who doesn't do what I do, but you're not going to be with me and then stress me out about it. That's just stupid.
Yeah. One of the things that I keep seeing online about people talking about when it comes to like OnlyFans model, and once again, I work with a lot of them, is they talk about, let's say, like an OnlyFans model is making decisions that will affect, you know, their kids' lives, such as like through bullying by other kids, or, oh, your mom, this or that, or whatever the case is. Is that something that ever crosses your mind?
Everybody's mama got an OnlyFans now, so I guess everybody gonna get bullied, because everybody and their mama got a damn OnlyFans. Everybody auntie got an OnlyFans. The thing about kids will bully you for anything. Kids will bully you for being poor. Kids will bully you if your mama fat. So fat people shouldn't have kids, because people will bully you if your mama's bald-headed, so should bald-headed bitches not have kids. People will bully you because your daddy got one leg and your mom can't speak English. So once again, literally, kids will bully you for anything. I got bullied a lot in school when I was a kid, and my mom didn't have an OnlyFans. So that's, to me making decisions for my own life based on a what-if hypothetical situation that may or may not happen, to me sounds crazy. Plus, my child's gonna be homeschooled anyway, because I do private schooling for my baby already. Like, my child ain't gonna be with the commoners any damn way. So
the commoners. Yeah.
So I mean, how they gonna see it? How they gonna know about it? That's creepy, because by the time he's at the age, I'm not gonna be doing it 15 years from now. So I mean, what the fuck we talking about? 6-year-olds looking it up, or 3-year-olds? Like, why they even look it up in the first place? That's the problem. Y'all let y'all children on the internet. My child's not gonna be on the internet. My child's not getting a cell phone at 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 years old. So maybe if people monitor their children better, they wouldn't be looking up porn. And that should be a bigger conversation. Why are your children looking up porn and social media when they should be in school? You should be more concerned about that than what I'm doing with my pussy, my grown ass pussy. Cause y'all mamas is doing way worse off camera. So.
Well, you mentioned about the kids and having cell phones. At what age would you allow your kids to have their cell phone?
14, 15, teenager. I don't know why a child under the age of like, an adolescent needs a cell phone personally. Unless I give them like a track phone where you can just get minutes and call me. No apps. Nope.
What is your fear about them like having? Is it the whole like porn?
Children don't need to be on the. Children don't need to have a phone for what? Kids have been surviving for thousands and thousands of years without cell phones. I got my first cell phone at like 13, like a little track phone or something. Like they don't need to be on their phone doing what? Talking to grown people. They don't need to be on there. They don't need to be on social media. It's inappropriate. Children need to be children. My child's growing up deep in the country. We live in a town of 700 people. We live on a cattle farm with horses. Very small town we are. So
sounds secluded.
It is secluded, very peaceful, very family oriented. That's why I got out of New York and LA and Miami. I would never raise my child or children in such a place. You know what I mean?
How many subscribers do you have on OF?
A lot. A lot.
Like thousands? Tens of thousands?
A lot.
Okay. So with you having a lot of subscribers on OF, right? Do you...
I don't need niggas clocking my shit. I don't need pocket watchers trying to calculate. 20 a month. How many people?
No. Okay. So a lot, right? That's fine.
A lot.
Now, has your views on men as a whole changed since having so many subscribers on OnlyFans and seeing the way in which that they interact with you? Whether that be negative or positive, just in general, has your views changed? Let me ask you why I asked that. Because I know there are a lot of subscribers who might be in like sexless marriages, or they might be in, let's say, like the incel community, or they might, who knows how they are. And so therefore they go to OnlyFans as like an outlet for them, or a fantasy or what have you. And you having direct, literal access to that, and all the time of them commenting, liking or messaging you, DMs and all that. Has that changed your views on men?
I come from different forms of sex work. I started as a stripper, I was a dominatrix, I was a sugar baby. So my views are pretty much the same since then. Being a stripper and talking to men all night, it's the same type of, views as I would have now for OnlyFans. I believe that majority of men need a sexual outlet, and I feel like I'm there to provide it for men who feel like they can't get it in real life. So whether that's men who are deployed overseas, men who have a disability or some type of thing that like hinders them from being able to socialize in real life, or like you said, some people are in marriages or relationships where like sexually they're not being satisfied for different reasons. And so I feel like I'm a healthy outlet. I think porn in general is a healthy outlet for people to watch what they need to watch and get off and when they need to get off. And I don't judge my followers. I don't judge my fans for enjoying what I provide. I provide it for a reason. To be honest, I know some girls judge them. I don't judge them because I can't judge the crackhead when I'm the drug dealer. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah. No, well, you make a very good point there, and that's something that I have discussed with models that I work with, which is this. Okay, so a lot of models, they will talk down on their subscribers, or say negative things about them. But it's like, they're literally your supporters, the people that pay your way a lot of
They
your way
can be
through life.
annoying, but like it's like that for anything. If I worked at Wendy's, some customers would be annoying. I mean, it's just humans being humans. So I have some guys on there that are awesome. I know them by name. Like they have good conversations with them. They're really cool. And then I got people on there who get the fuck on my nerves. But that's like in any field. Like, you know, DeMarcus is a hairstylist and does makeup and shit. So he got some people he does hair for that, you know, are amazing to him. And he has some people who talk to him like shit. But I would never generalize. Like, it's just some people on there be wildin'. But I really just focus on the positive. I have some really awesome people who, my birthday comes around, they send me something. You know, they remember, you know, to hit me up on holidays and things like that. So I don't judge them. I'm happy that I'm able to make people happy. Yeah. And I'm able to satisfy people that need help being satisfied. I just don't like when, you know, people get disrespectful or feel entitled to me, you know, outside of what I'm offering. But
I was going to say that on the flip side of the women who, you know, are that way, there's probably the most popular person on OnlyFans right now, or most buzzing person, which is Bonnie Blue. You've heard of her?
That girl has not been on OnlyFans in 6 months. She got deleted off that app. She got banned off that app like 6 months ago.
She's not on OnlyFans?
She's completely banned off of it for life.
Well,
she banned for life.
What did she get banned for?
For making videos that are not. She does extreme stuff that's not allowed on the platform.
Oh, okay,
They banned her a minute ago.
Okay, well, she's still considered by many people, I thought, you know, as like an OnlyFans.
She's on Fansly, I think, and she's on other stuff, but she's banned for life on OnlyFans.
Got you. Well, what I was going to say is that the way in which she interacts with her fans, like obviously having sex with 1,000 people in 12 hours, or, you know, doing her fan meetups, but even in the way in which she interacts with fans through her, like on Twitter or online or what have you, is such a hugely stark difference from what I see the majority of OnlyFans models do. And when I see that, it makes me say, oh, wow, wait a minute. Like, not to say that I didn't think that was even possible, but like, it's just, it's so rare to come across that. Like a woman who doesn't treat them negatively, not even neutral, but actively only like pushes towards, I guess, positivity in every way, shape, and form for her specific fans. I see her biggest haters are other OnlyFans creators.
But the reason that is because Bonnie moves more like a porn star, and that's how all porn stars have always been towards their fans. All porn stars are like that. If you go to AVN or any of these exhibits thing, like all the porn stars are there taking photos of their fans, touching on them. Porn stars have always been very positive and nice towards their fans. It's like these new age, like going into OnlyFans for a quick bag chicks that have done that. Because I'm nice to my followers and my fans too, unless they're fucking annoying. So literally, it's because you have these non-sex workers going into sex work because they're like, oh wait, I can make money real quick, but they don't have any respect for the industry and they have no respect for what we do. And that's why they don't have respect for the guys who are into it either. But any actual porn star would never talk down to, like, if they're active, if they're not like retired and bitter, but any active, if you go to like any of their pages that do actual porn, they're all like super nice and interactive with their fans. That's because she moves more like a porn star.
Content creator, but she moves and
she moves more like a porn star. Well, technically she is a porn star because she's fucking people. She does boy girl porn and stuff. So technically she's a porn star.
But she doesn't shoot for like companies.
No, I don't know.
She only does her own.
I don't know enough about her, but I do know, like, I would still consider her a porn star because she's still more doing like porn videos, like, versus, like I said, like she's doing boy girl and stuff apparently and all that. So it's a little bit, but she does move more like a porn star.
Gotcha.
But like that's all the porn stars that I follow. They're like the sweetest, nicest people. They're usually very like, hi babies, I'm gonna be at this event, do meet and greets and all that. Like they're very nice. It's like I said, it's these like Instagram models turned, I'm gonna do OnlyFans who kind of like think they're the hot shit. They act like that. Gotcha. That's more like Instagram model energy versus porn star energy. So I think it's also just because, like, I don't know, like when you do porn, like actual porn, it's a very social thing. Like, you know, they're working with other people and they do the meeting, they do all this other stuff outside of just content. And a lot of Instagram models are just like, it's just another form of content for them. They don't really interact with anybody and they're just like on their high horse a lot of times. So
okay. All right, so here's
Some guys like it when you're mean to them, though. Don't be fooled. Like
That is true.
Some of the followers like it because I mean,
into
sometimes
that.
some of my followers I'm fucking mean to, and they love that. Oh yeah, some guys like that mean girl energy. So don't be fooled. They still like it. They like it regardless. Any type
They
of way
like
you,
any attention.
any type of way you talk to. I have guys on my page who literally just come to insult me and talk shit to me just so they can get a response. Like some men just like they don't care how the fuck you're responding to them.
Last question I have here for you, which is this: if you could commit any crime with impunity. I mean, Donald Trump comes through that door right now and he says, listen, Stormi, I like you, I'm subscribed, and I'm going to allow you to commit any crime with impunity. What would you do?
I'm black. It's going to be a trick.
I mean, he has the lawyer sign document.
You think I would trust Donald Trump? The fuck? Like, what the fuck? Like,
Okay, Kamala Harris comes through the door.
I don't trust none of these niggas. I don't trust no politician. But a crime, I mean,
You can do anything with impunity. What would you do?
I would probably go to all the slaughterhouses and release all the I'd go to all those labs that do like testing on dogs and stuff, and I would release them. Because if you did that now, you would go to jail for like that. But I would go to like all those labs like that test on doggies and cats and shit, and I'd release them. So and like or steal them or something.
Yeah,
And so,
animal testing.
yeah, or
facilities.
like a slaughterhouse and like release them or something. Like, you know.
All right. So you're a revolutionary in your mind for the animals, for animals in captivity, modern day slavery that happens.
Yeah.
For
I mean, yeah, like animal testing. I mean, that's what I would do it for. If I would do something good, I wouldn't like do something like I wouldn't like I don't know, rob a bank or anything. That's stupid. I don't fucking care. I'd rather do something that's like something that shouldn't be illegal. Like I would do that. Or I'd go and like release all the kids from like ICE detainment or something. Like I would like release people or animals that shouldn't be locked up. I'd release them.
people and animals in captivity.
Yeah, exactly. I would do that.